Welcome back to LiveLeanTV. So you saw last week's episode, it was the 44 best bodyweight exercises to help you get creative at home and use what you have to get an incredible workout in. But the majority of response from that video was that the exercises are too hard. So we need some easier ones, things that anyone can do, more beginner friendly, more accessible at every fitness level to start getting stronger. No gym necessary. And you can work on these versions right now, right away, and build up your strength to be able to do some of the more challenging, crazy stuff. So I have a special guest with me. Welcome, Mom.
Mom here to the rescue.
Yeah, welcome back to the channel. We've come up with some awesome modifications to show you guys.
Mom's favorites.
Mom's favorites. You ready?
Yeah.
Start with the modified side plank rotations. So this is the first exercise from the other video, but you can modify it by going down into a modified plank. So knees on the ground. And yeah, elbows on the ground too. Then one hand up behind your head and rotate opening up your chest at the top. So this version will help you. And if that feels too hard, you can modify it and go into all fours position with your arms straight, knees lined up under hips, hand behind the head, and do the rotations this way. That'll take some of the pressure off the core if you're struggling with back pain or any core issues. Mom, why don't you go ahead and do the badass version because we know you can. Yeah, perfect. You can do full plank if you feel ready for it. Really take your time, go slow, and really control your core. Move forward just a little bit, Mom, so your chest is over your hand. Yeah, like that. Good. And really get that nice shoulder alignment going. Perfect. So still going to be a great exercise. If you find these are too easy, then you scoot your knees back, go into that modified plank. She can obviously do these because this mom happens to be a badass. Okay, next we're gonna do the one leg reach outs, but we're gonna do it with her foot touching the wall, reaching back, and then arms stretching out like that. Yeah. So you have to find the right position, not too close and not too far from the wall, just the right place where your toes can touch the wall. And when we were practicing this earlier, you mentioned a little bit of turn in.
Think about right here in the inner thighs. Go back there.
Yeah.
Right now. And it'll help you.
So really shifting your weight back towards the heel of the standing leg. That's going to be a big help in those.
Works those.
Yeah, works the inner thighs. And then when it comes to the upper body, really getting those shoulders on your back and really strengthening and straightening your arms.
That's a back exercise.
Yeah, works your whole rear chain.
A lot of core.
Booty, back, core, legs, hamstrings, all of it. So good. So notice how her arms are really strong and straight, and then she's working on that core tightness as well, and rotating the hips downward, right, Mom? So you feel your inner thighs working and your glutes working as well. So really work on that balance and alignment. That's so good. And we have the bodyweight tricep extension. You see she gets into a plank, but up elevated elbows on a chair. So that makes the plank a little bit easier. And then she put a mat to cushion the elbows there. And then just working on pressing those elbows up and off. Good, while keeping the core tight and keeping that plank a nice straight line. Yes, you feeling that in the triceps? Incredible core exercise, right?
And maybe you want to put your chair like.
Yeah, up against the wall so it doesn't slip or slide. I love it. Yeah, good. So lift your chin just a little bit, keep your head in line. Yep, there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, working those triceps. So it's just a couple of inches of range of motion, but notice how she's keeping her plank really super tight. Perfect. Okay, show the modified version too. If they're struggling too much with the plank, you could go down to your knees. Yes, and that makes it quite a bit easier for your triceps too. It's still focusing on that form. You still good?
Yeah, you do one.
Whoa, Mom. All right, let's see them rock and roll burpees. So to modify this, you can slowly lower down, roll back. When you come forward, cross your ankles over, use your hands, and then jump back or step back. Then you can step in and just stand up. Yes, perfect. Show us one more time. So slowly down, slowly roll forward, cross those ankles, use your hands for resistance, jump back, and stand up. Okay, now go ahead and add the little jumps. So a little bit faster when you're ready for it. Once you get comfortable with these moves, you can go faster. And hop, perfect. So take it slow and just work your way up to more intense variations. The Hindu push-ups is a really challenging one. Here's what you can do if you're struggling with these. Slowly lower your chest to the ground. Once you get to the ground, lower your knees down, and then slowly rise up, chest through the arms, and look up. And then when you're coming down from that, lower your chest to the ground, push back on your knees, go into all fours, and then lift up. Good. So again, just controlling every part of this motion, slowly lowering the chest to the ground, lowering the knees, pressing through, and then lower the chest to the ground, push back to the knees, and then lift up. Good. As you become stronger, you're going to be able to do this without touching your knees to the ground.
Oh,
oh yeah, good. And then just lift the hips straight back up.
Oh yeah. Pro tip, you can have your hands wider.
Oh, right. Yeah, when you were trying these before, hands were too narrow, which was making the move too difficult. So go ahead and open up your hands as wide as you need.
Okay.
So now when doing the pikes on the ball, regular version looks like this. So you do full extension and then roll up and come into that pike with straight legs. Tuck your chin, tighten your abs. Good. Oh. Since this mom happens to be super fierce and not everyone will be able to do this move, we have some suggestions for you to make it a little bit easier. Instead of using the ball, you can just use 2 books, any like hardcover books that are thin and can slide on a carpet, or if you're doing this on hard floor, use socks. And you can work on just doing a simple plank to pike. So not the full extension, but just out to plank, and then scoot those books towards your hands like so. Yeah, good. Scoot them out. Lift your hips up. Scoot them in towards your hands, and it's fine to take like little baby steps. Yeah. Doesn't have to be all one smooth motion. And if that's too hard, do it with bent knees. Can you show the bent knee version as well? So just knees to the chest. Yeah, but keep your hips nice and high. So slide back out, knees to the chest. Good. And that's still very challenging, isn't it? Yeah, but it's something that I think most people can at least start with. Okay, for those side-to-side hanging knee raises, you don't have to hang. You could actually just do them lying on your back on the ground. Put your fingertips underneath a door like this, and then stretch out long, and knees up, and twist to the side to get those obliques. Very good. Okay, to make this a little bit easier, show just one knee at a time. So stretch your legs out long and just lay them on the ground, and then just one knee up and to the side. Yeah. There you go, and back down. Yeah, good. So that's a version you can start with if you're struggling too much with the other version. Still feel that in your arms?
I do.
Yeah, very good. Nice. Okay, so the frozen V-sit is a very challenging one. If it's too much, start with the frozen boat sit. So let's show that. Knees up towards chest and arms reaching towards the heels. Work on lifting your chest and contracting those abs, and then just hold it. Now let's see the real V, since I know you can do it. Arms up. Look at this. Yes. And just work on holding that for like 10 seconds. And then work yourself up to 15 seconds, maybe 30, maybe even 60 seconds. Very good. So when it comes to those one-legged box jumps, you were a little too afraid to do them. So we came up with this other version of just a single leg hop. So just working on getting that little bit of air underneath your foot. And this can be a great exercise just to build up your confidence, build up your ankle and knee strength, and just work on that coordination and body control. For those Superman push-ups, you can start with a modified push-up and then keep your knees down and lift up like to an all fours, like a bird dog position at the top. So really work on strengthening that long straight line from your heel to your fingertips to work the back side of your body. You know, back exercises are hard to do when you're at home, but this is a great one that anyone can start with. And then mom, go ahead and pop up to full plank and show the more advanced variation would be to do a full push-up and then lift to a full Superman like that. Yeah, very good. And you just have to work your way up by practicing over time. You will get stronger and more capable of doing this. We'll hope that you give these a try and just know that it takes a lot of practice. Like, this woman is not a beginner. She has decades of fitness experience under her belt, so don't feel like intimidated if you're not at the level that she's at right now, or you know, if you don't have the strength to do these moves today. But in order to gain that strength, you have to practice. There's no way around it. So putting these moves to use is the only way to get yourself stronger. But
there's a lot of body awareness involved, even though there's no weight resistance.
Yeah, so. And you agree, right, that these moves are harder than weightlifting?
Yeah, because you can use a small dumbbell and go up and down, but this is the whole body at once.
Exactly, you're using all of your muscle groups at once for every single one of these exercises, and you have to control your body weight, which is very, very challenging. So don't underestimate the challenge here. Like, these exercises are killer, but there's always ways that you can modify and reduce the intensity and just work your way up to more intense versions of them. So I hope that just gave you some fuel for your fire and gave you some inspiration for seeing how far that you can get yourself, even when you are limited to just working out at home, because we're not stopping.
We all need this motivation these days. So we're trying to put some good ideas out there with Kyla's help.
Oh, is that for me? Protein shake?
No.
All right, so let us know in the comment section below which of these exercises was your favorite that you saw today, and what are you working on in your personal fitness right now. And we'll make some more videos to help keep you guys going during this time. Say shout out to Mom. Thanks for doing these. Thanks for showing us how badass you can be in your 60s. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for motivating me.
You're welcome. All right, we'll see you at the next video, and keep living lean.